Hey, I'm Carlos Garcia, and today we're going into the best bourbons over $100 of 2025 so far. So this group is between the price range of 100 to 200. I think the most expensive one MSRP is actually 180, but between 100 and 200. Friday's video is going to be the more expensive ones, the ones over 200. They're actually all five are over 300. They're between 300 and 500. But today there's 7, so a lot to get into. And these are some good bottles, so I'm very excited to get into these. But first, let's do a giveaway. All right, so this is for the best under $100 finished bourbons. So last Wednesday's video. Oh, I didn't change the focus? Did it change? Josh Hopkins. Hey, buddy. He's one of the guys I went to KYBF with. All right, so let's get right into the noses. So 7 glasses. These are all blind to me. All right, so first good nose. Vanilla, oak, bright cherry. It turns basically to purple Jolly Rancher. So it's kind of figuring out what fruit I was actually getting. And peanut. Good complex little nose. Let's go to B. All right, so B on the nose, dark cherry, peanut butter, oak, brown sugar, funky. So to me, B was a little bit darker in sweetness than A. A was more like bright candy notes, and B was like the molasses brown sugar sweetness. Let's go to C. Yeah, another good nose. It's not a lot of notes are jumping out at me on this one, but peanut, dusty, dark cherry, and red Jolly Rancher. A slight pencil eraser. I was getting a little bit, and I was like, I don't want to really write this down because it's not a really good note. But I keep getting it, so. But the other notes are stronger. It's just kind of there. Let's go to D. Okay, D is pretty different than the other one. So it's much lighter, and there's a lot more banana notes. Vanilla and red hot. So it's also not very complex. It's good. It's just lighter on the nose than the first 3. Let's go to E. All right, so E is kind of a mixed bag on the nose. So I get some permanent black marker note, oak, nice vanilla, dark fruits, and this like sweet, dark, barbecue-y note, which phenomenal. That black marker note's not my favorite. It's not overpowering, but it was like the first thing that hit me right away. So let's go to F. Okay, F might be the most interesting nose out here so far. Bright fruit, oak, dusty, funky, vanilla, really rich, savory, and purple Jolly Rancher. It was just throwing a bunch of stuff at me, and I was just trying to write as fast as I could. But the primary thing is a lot of fruit, a lot of sweetness at an elevated level. And I say that sometimes, like I say that on like the Comet 18, where it's like just an elevated pour. But that purple Jolly Rancher note is pretty good on the nose there. All right, let's go to G, or Black A. Okay, so when I first went to G, it was very similar to F. It had the purple Jolly Rancher note, the elevated oak, funkiness. It was rich. Then I got some dark chocolate and some sourness. And now like the sourness is the prevailing note on the nose. Some red apple. That's a cool nose too. Okay, again, these are some of my favorite bourbons of the year, so they should be pretty good. So let's get into the palate. All right, so first sip on A, and I wrote it in the B slot for some stupid reason. Oh boy. Slight banana, red fruit, sweet, honey, leather, chocolate, banana cream pie, vanilla cookie. So overly, especially on the finish, really desserty and sweet, but good. All right, so let's get in the second sip. Okay, on the second sip, on the finish, it wasn't 100% dessert this time. A little bit more oak, a little bit more dark notes. Kind of balance it a little bit, I guess. But it just wasn't overly sweet like the first sip. One more sip. All right, good. It's a little thin. I did notice it wasn't like very viscous. But no new notes. Still good. We'll see how it does. It's the first one out of 7, so I guess that's where the bar starts. Okay, B on the palate. All right, off the first sip alone, I like B a lot more than A. It's way more intense with the flavors. Oak, darker, red fruit, strawberry, peanut, molasses. On the finish, a lot of almonds, marshmallow, cherry, vanilla. Decent amount of oak too. So let's get into sip 2. Okay, sip 2. Some red Jolly Rancher on the palate, which kind of balanced the like dark intense flavors, and vanilla fudge on the finish. Less almondy, more vanilla-y. These words, probably not. Okay, one more sip. A little bit more nutty on the finish this time. All right, so let's go to C. All right, C is candy. Drinking candy. Bright cherry, red Jolly Rancher, vanilla, bright, candy. The theme here. On the finish, candy, sweetness, oak, vanilla. It is a lot of very bright candy notes. And I'm here for it because this is so tasty. Second sip. Okay, second sip, there's a little bit more oak to balance the candiness, and a little bit of nuttiness on the finish to balance it some more. Get a little bit more well-rounded. Third sip. Yeah, that's very good. It's kind of one profile. It's not like overly complex, but it's that profile. It hits it out of the park because that is crazy amount of sweetness with some stuff to balance it out, so it's not just candy. Okay, let's go to D. So D, I think I said on the nose too, where it was like, yeah, it was way different than the first 3. The palate is way different. It is a punch to the face of green apple. So green apple, green Jolly Rancher, some oak, vanilla, but I'm telling you, that green apple note in your face. Some peanut butter, vanilla, fudge, and pecan note on the finish. It's not as green apple-y on the finish, but man, on the palate is intense. Okay, let's go second sip. Second sip, that green apple went to the finish in the green Jolly Rancher type candy. All right, third sip. All right, nothing new. It's a green apple bomb, which is good. Not very complex though. Okay, let's go to, we are on what, E? All right, well, that was phenomenal. All right, so rich dark oak, a little bit of that permanent black marker note, which I did get on the nose on this one. Spice, vanilla, dark fruit, red fruit, marshmallow. On the finish, very long, dark, leather, red apple, vanilla. That is delicious. That is what all bourbon should aspire to be. Okay, second sip. Okay, a couple more notes. So I got a little bit more peanut butter on the palate and slight banana on the finish. It is drying on the palate, so I'm guessing this is one of the older bottles in the lineup because it's very oak and vanilla forward, but it's good. I do enjoy this a lot. Get one more sip. Just gonna enjoy this. Yeah, I really like this. The only thing against it is that slight marker note. If that wasn't, again, it's not my favorite note. I don't know if it's in your favorite top notes. But that wasn't there, man. This would be like a 5. This thing is very good. There's not one note it's there. Let's kind of bring it down a little bit. Okay, let's go to F. Well, that's delicious. Oh boy. So purple Jolly Rancher bomb, green apple, dark fruits, oak, finish vanilla, nutty, oak, more purple Jolly Rancher. And there's one up here that has some kind of Buffalo Trace in it, for sure. And usually I get the purple Jolly Rancher on Buffalo Trace products. So I'm guessing this is a Bowman. I have a 1 in 7 chance. Usually I have a 1 in 4 chance, so I have worse odds today. Okay, on the finish this time I put darker, savory. It's good. Man, it's gonna be hard to score. I guess someone's gotta do it. And that someone is me. One more sip. Man, that is so good. It's just so different than, like, I'm looking kind of like my top ones going through so far, and it's going to be difficult because they're different enough where it's going to be like 100% on my mood. Okay, so let's go to Black A, which is G. All right, interesting. So I got a lot of purple Jolly Rancher on this one too. So I'm going to guess either F or G is the Bowman. Dustier, richer than F. A little bit more funky. Again, all that on the finish. Some chocolate, oak, sweet. Also very good. Holy moly. Okay, second sip. Get some green apple on the palate. With that funkiness I was talking about on the palate, it's kind of going to like that basementy funky note, but it's so slight that it's just kind of a note. It's not overpowering. Because I'm sure people are like, that's disgusting. And if the whole thing was that, it would be disgusting. But there's enough of other notes that are going with it that kind of just gives it more of like a vintage, dustier profile. This is freaking good. I was about to say how like the Purple Jolly Rancher note is the star of the show on Glass G, with that funky, vintage, dusty note with it to make it feel like you're drinking something from like the 90s. Very, very good. Okay, now I have to figure out some scores going back and forth. So if I get any notes, I'll definitely say it, but as primary my focus now is to get the scores of these 7. Be right back. All right, that was very difficult to do. Let's do a giveaway now. So because some of these are getting low, like the 2 crazy ones specifically, and there's 7. Let's just do 1 ounce sample giveaway today. To get a chance to win 1 ounce sample of all 7 of these, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment with capital letters over 100. So OVER 100. Let's get into the scores. And this was difficult. So I kind of went in the order from last to first that I thought they were going to go in. And then I had a couple things that switched around. So in last place was the Old Man Winter. The only reason it came in last place, it was just so off profile from the rest of them. I think that could either help or hurt it. And I think in this case, it hurt it a little bit. It's very green apple forward. Score 3.5. Still very good. Would I get another one for the like almost $200 it is? Probably not. But I don't regret buying it. It is very good. Okay, so then let's go into 6th place, which is the Bombergers. Still one of my favorite bottles this year. Very, very good. I scored a 3.75. Just these other ones were so much better. Okay, so then we go to the Fort Nelson, which is, I scored a 4. And so, you know, your bottle own thing at Fort Nelson and Michters at Fort Nelson. Okay, then it came down to these 4. And these 4 definitely were the ones I was going back and forth with. In 4th place, and none of these are losers, 100% would buy any of these again. The Jack Daniel's 12 year, I scored it a 4.3. And I had this ahead of the Limestone Farms, but the Limestone Farms I just liked a little bit better. So I scored the Limestone Farms, which is an SLB pick, a 4.35. So, you know, Limestone Farms, you know, a craft distillery out here. You know, Preservation probably I would consider a craft distillery as well. Putting out good stuff. So then it came down to the A. Smith Bowman and the Jack Daniel's 14. And which one won? I have to look at my notes. I'm not even sure. The Jack Daniel's 14 won with a 4.45. And the A. Smith Bowman Batch 4, which is this year's release, scored a 4.4. I know for sure these 3 and the Jack Daniel's 12 are definitely going to be in my top list of the at the end of the year. These other 3, maybe not. The Fort Nelson will probably get up there because it scored a 4 again. So we'll see. You know, obviously I got a bunch of bottles for Kentucky Bourbon Festival. I just did 2 Whiskey Cigar Clubs, so a lot more bottles that have scoring for it to kind of push to the end of the year lists. Make sure you watch Friday's video. That's when we do like the Calumet 17, Calumet 18, and all the crazy expensive bottles over $300. So don't do nothing stupid. And if you do, don't get caught. Bye.